And we are back with Dr. Angela Bassi-Gallupo from Burlington Family Practice. So this is the To Your Well-Being, and we're talking about the so-called Tripledemic. So let's talk about what we can do about it. So community members, how do we help prevent the Tripledemic or decrease the length of it?
Yeah, I think prevention is the most important piece of this, because early in COVID, we saw those rise in hospital numbers and we worried about our hospitals filling up, and we don't want to get there again this year, right? So to me, I'll touch on 3 different ways you can help prevent this. So first thing is good hand hygiene, good cough etiquette. If you're sick, stay home. Don't bring it into your colleagues or your child's school. When you're coughing, cough into your elbow, not your hand, and be sure to wash your hands regularly. Second most important thing is getting your vaccines for these illnesses. So the COVID vaccine, there's a new bivalent booster which gives some Omicron variant coverage. That's out there and available at retail pharmacies and some primary care offices. And then the flu shot is also widely available to everybody. That's in primary care offices and at the pharmacies. And the third thing is masking up. Consider putting your mask back on if you're going to be indoors in crowded areas, if you're immunosuppressed or live with someone who's at high risk for complications from these illnesses.
All right, so definitely getting the flu shot or the COVID shot if you can before all that happens. Now, if some folks are like saying, you know what, I'm not planning on getting them before I see everybody, or I just don't have time in, the schedule to do that, you have any advice for them?
Yeah, I think it's never too late to get these vaccines. I think it is wise to think about them before large family gatherings we all have coming up for the holidays, but it's not too late. And if you have questions or concerns about it, I encourage you to talk to your primary care physician.
So let's talk about how important it is to seek care when you do start feeling bad. And at what point do you have to seek care or just stay home?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, the most important thing is to stay home if you're feeling ill and not bring it and spread it to other people. I think we learned a lot about that through COVID. And then if you're feeling unwell, and you can give your primary care physician a call, and they can kind of triage you and make sure you're getting the care that you need.
Right, there's a lot of teledoc out there too, so that is helpful if you can't get an appointment. All right, what if someone doesn't have a healthcare provider at all? Should they just go to the emergency room if they feel like their sickness is severe enough?
Yeah, well, we really want to save the emergency departments for real medical emergencies. And so I'd encourage you, if you have flu or COVID symptoms, to call your primary care office. If you don't have one, we want to make that easy for you at Cone Health. So you can go to conehealth.com/appointments, and you can find either our virtual care or find a primary care physician that way.
Okay, because I was about to kind of ask you what other options are available at Cone Health. So let's talk a little bit about that virtual care.
Yeah, we have a whole team of providers dedicated to virtual care. So we have what we call a virtual urgent care. We have e-visits, which are form-based. And then a lot of our primary care offices also have virtual care options.
Okay, and if you're feeling a little bit under the weather and everybody says, oh, come on anyway and join us, you say?
You say, no, thank you. I'd like to be more healthy.
Please make me a plate and I will FaceTime you and we'll just do it that way.
Yeah. I love using the technology so you can connect with your family if you can't be there in person.
All right. Well, we thank you so much. Is there any last words before we go about the Tripledemic, about the flu, the RSV, or the COVID-19?
Yeah, I'll just reemphasize the prevention. So get your shots, keep yourself protected, and consider wearing your mask.
Okay, gotcha. We so appreciate your time and your expertise. We don't want you to miss any of the information that we talked about here. So in just a few moments, we're going to have everything that we just talked about on our website. You can share it with friends and family. Just head over to the To Your Well-Being section.